What's up guys, it's Mike. Welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a few weeks since my last post. I've still been trying to figure out like what kind of frequency I want to post on. But I think I'm gonna try and shoot for like one full-length video a week and then just throw in some shorts and just kind of go from there and see how that works out. I have been real busy the past couple weeks, and so I haven't actually sat down to like make any full-length videos like tutorials or tattoo process or fishing videos or anything. In this video I'll probably do just like a quick shop update and then roll some clips that I've taken throughout the past couple weeks of some stuff that I've done. Like I said, it's not any full content, it's just going to be little clips of tattoos and flash and stuff that I've done. I honestly haven't done too much fishing, but I actually am going to try and get out there and do some this week. The wind is supposed to be dying down. We've been having crazy like dust windstorm blowing through here, and it's just been insane. It's kind of halted my fishing a little bit, but we're about to get back out there and get to it. I've been doing a little revamping of the outside of the shop, so I just repainted the windows, the front windows. I'll show y'all. I've been heavy getting into this like tribal, neo-tribal style. I've been really digging, playing with color theory on it and textures and stuff like that. I think it turned out pretty cool. And then on this one I just did a real classic gypsy head. This one is not quite finished. I have a couple touches to do on this one and then it'll be finished. That's what it looks like. We just had our 4th of July parade, so got our decorations up there still. And the next thing will be repainting this. Served a good life, but I'm looking for something a little more bold, I think. I'm just gonna completely remove the end of the line part and then the graphics and just put tattoo real big on this and some cool letters. I think that's gonna have the most impact on the square down here, so you can see it from Main Street over there. So yeah, there's that. I'll probably get to the top sign sometime in the next few weeks or so. I don't know if I'll make a full video on that or if I'll just take some clips of it and include it in like a vlog style, but yeah, that'll be a future project. Something that I've been slacking on is updating my online shop. At the moment, the only thing I have on there right now is print on demand shirts with designs that I've made. I'm gonna start putting up some physical artwork on there too. I've been having a lot of requests for that. So I've been heavy back into painting with acrylics and oil and all that as well. I'm always painting flash too, and I've also had some inquiries about people wanting to buy like flash sheets, framed flash. So I'll probably throw some of those up on the site as well and probably keep those stocked on there semi-regularly, and that stuff will all be like one-off, first come first serve type stuff, and then it'll be gone. I've also been thinking of doing some kind of promotional thing, like a giveaway, maybe doing a free tattoo or giving away a free piece of art or anything like that. I had a thought cross my mind about getting like rod blanks and fishing lure blanks and making customs of those, like custom artwork on them. I'm about to go on that site and probably start removing some of the older designs on there. So those shirts, they're print on demand, so they're available until I take them off of there. But once I take them off, I probably won't be putting any of those designs back up. So if you see anything on there that you like, grab it now, because once it's gone, those will be gone too. And then I'll probably update a couple new designs on there whenever I take down the old ones. And I'll throw some artwork up on there. This will be a piece for sure that I'll be adding on there. Let me flip the camera around and show you. I recently painted this. I really like how this one turned out with the textures. There's some more of like the space tribal stuff. I really love that, and I really love the color palette of this too. If you like this one, that one's gonna be up on the site soon, so go and check that out.
I make a fruit protein smoothie every morning. In this one, we've got bananas, apples, oranges, Greek yogurt, and almond milk. And then I put some protein powder in there. Went and tried a new spot out at Lake Graham. Didn't have much luck. Pretty much caught the smallest channel cat I've ever caught. Here's a time lapse of some new flash that I made. I'm using a Stettler 1.2 liner to outline this. And I'm just using like a cheap cold press like Walmart paper. You don't have to use anything nice on flash. I think that's a misconception that you need to use really nice stuff to make cool looking flash, and a lot of times some of the cheaper stuff will give you some of the cooler effects you'll see here in this next clip. when I start shading this with a colored pencil, it gives you you can get it packed super solid and then get a really cool texture on the fade out, and I really love that look. Color pencil wise, I do pretty much always strictly stick to Prismacolors. They just feel the softest, they pack in the most solid, and you can get the best blends with them in between colors. Alright, and here's the final look. I really like how these turned out, and they are both available for tattooing as of right now. I filled in my friend Danny's kneecap with some honeycomb. The flowers and the bee are done by me, and they're settled in over a couple years or so. Also check out her page. She's a very talented photographer in this area. She does a lot of like Western themed stuff, family photos, that sort of thing. But she told me that she's really enjoying photographing new environments and subject matters. Here's some photos that she took in my shop not too long ago, and they turned out really great. Another sheet of flash that I made. Old school dragon head and some tribal-esque type flames. Uni super ink marker. I made a line that was not as tidy as I had liked, so since we were early in the flash, I just went ahead and pulled a new one and restarted. I always kind of like to block in the solid black with the marker or the ink first before I do the shading out with the colored pencil, just so the black portion is really black. Cool little heart eye alien walk-in outline. This is on my friend Mackenzie. She chose a classic eagle as a memorial tattoo for her dad. Here's yet another flash sheet that I made. I've already done the outline on this one, going straight into the shading. I'm a lover of color theory, so a lot of my flash I just kind of experiment with color layouts that I wouldn't normally use. This one didn't turn out exactly what I had in mind, but I still like it. But that's all part of experimenting, just following the uncertain route and not being afraid to be uncomfortable and follow the unknown. You never know, that might be where you discover something very, very cool that you normally wouldn't have ever even thought of. This This was a custom tattoo. She just wanted an owl and a raven in flight together, and then she wanted to incorporate the color red into that somehow, but wanted the rest of the piece to be black and gray. So I pretty much made the birds black and gray and then tried to incorporate that red into the background just to separate the foreground from the background a little bit better and provide some contrast. I was doing a little bit of ultralight fishing out at Fireman's Park when I hooked up on this big gar. This is like 6-pound line on my ultralight rod. He bit on a tiny Strike King Bitsy minnow, white colored, and I was able to safely remove that hook from him and let him go free. Got a good first session in on this custom filigree border for this coat of arms piece for Aiden. He'll be back in a couple weeks to get it finished up. I've really been whipping out the flash. Here's one that's mostly like flow stuff. Tribal, neo-tribal, cyber sigilism type stuff, whatever you want to call it. Basically just a flow and form and color theory study. And these are all available for tattooing except for the larger design on the right. That one has already been booked and we'll be tattooing that soon on a collector. I hope I don't butcher his name, but this is a Mark Maggiore painting that I tattooed on my friend Leroy Gibbons. This was a fun challenge. That face is like the size of a pinky fingernail. And I'll put the reference photo in here too so y'all can see that. Here's a healed Mark Maggiore that I did about 3 years ago on Leroy. And a healed cardinal that I did about the same time. Also, check out Leroy on Instagram. He makes some of the most beautiful silver engraving and leather work that you'll see. For Marissa, we're gonna rework this butterfly and we're gonna freehand on some flowers and some ornamental vine work. Here's a healed one on Marissa. It's a classic Crawling Panther pet portrait mashup. And here's some process shots of the paintings that I did on the front of the shop windows. It's gonna be sad to see Dracula and Frankenstein go, but it is gonna be very satisfying scratching this paint off. All cleaned up and time for new paint. I don't plan on these paintings being permanent, so I'm just using latex paint. Otherwise, I'd bring out the one-shot enamel, but I'm not going to get into that on these today. Got another session in on my buddy Cody's freehand tool leather sleeve. Still have a lot to go on this, but we did get a big chunk knocked out this time. This is a custom tribal octopus for my friend Whittier. He's going to be putting this on his back shoulder, and these top tentacles are going to be wrapping over his shoulder and then onto his pec. And here's the final product. This dude sat like a champion and got this whole thing knocked out in one sitting. Very cool piece we did on my new friend Saxon. He is a Florida-based chef and was in Texas for the first time on work. He was staying at Possum Kingdom and he wanted to do a mashup with his favorite team. And check out his page on the gram. He's got a lot of fancy looking dishes and some very aesthetic looking displays. Fat restock on the Lucky Supply. I've been doing a lot of these childlike drawings recently. I found that they really help kind of liberate your mind away from the rules that we put on art that don't really exist. It's easy to get trapped up in comparison and thinking that your art has to look a certain way for it to be good or to be art, but it really doesn't. Getting to tattoo this dragon head from my flash that I just made in full color. I'm super happy with the way that this one turned out. Can't beat a classic Panther stomach blaster on a walk-in. These guys came to the shop real late one night. I was literally just closing up and they walked in and started talking about wanting a flash right off the wall, and went over to see what they were pointing at, and I could hear the angels singing. They all wanted to get a Polito skull. So, I could not turn that down. Got them all right in the chair.
They were having a bachelor party, and I couldn't think of a better way to memorialize your last moments of being single than a badass tat. Oranges, bananas, strawberries, Greek yogurt, almond milk. Went fishing at the park on 4th of July evening, and I didn't catch any fish, but at least I had the fireworks to use as an excuse for why I didn't catch anything. When you set out to fish, you can't leave home without your excuses, but I actually didn't have to pack one for this. Did a little knee blaster for a walk-in on my friend Ben. Taking the Stettler around the block on some real long lines. Bunch of settled in stuff that I've done on my friend Allie. Obviously some Halloween spooky themed stuff. My fishing boxes were in complete disarray, so I had to get in the garage and get them all straightened out. Just got this bait caster off a marketplace. It's a real nice combo, Daiwa Tatula, and I actually can't remember what the rod is, but it's a real nice combo, and I cannot wait to get it out on the water. All right, so that wraps that up. That's pretty much what I've been doing the past couple weeks. Don't forget to check out the store, grab some shirts if you want any, and stay on the lookout for the new artwork that's going to be dropping on there soon. And like I said, I'm going to try and stay on top of that and keep it updated, because I have been back on the painting game and making flash daily. So hopefully I'll be getting back into some fishing soon. I think I'm actually going to try and go out this evening, maybe Sunday. And then Monday I looked on the weather, and it's actually supposed to finally not be crazy windy and good conditions out. So I'll keep y'all updated on that. I appreciate you all for watching and all the support. If you like the content, please like this video. If you'd like to see more stuff like this, subscribe to the channel. If there's any kind of like specific content that y'all want to see, if you have any suggestions on a giveaway thing, if you want to see me do a tutorial of something specific or any kind of fishing related, anything like that, just let me know. I'm open to hear it all. And yeah, thank you guys very much, and I'll see y'all next time.